Hello, welcome to another You Bijou. Today we're going to make a mini wreath. So this is going to be Zentangle inspired art. And I'm going to start with my pencil and draw a circle-ish shape. Go ahead and pause the video and set your intentions and get your supplies if you need to. I am just dropping right in and going for it. So I'm going to use north, south, west, east to get started. And I'm just going to draw like a set of 3 orbs in each of those places to start. I am doing this freestyle in the moment, so you are part of the design process. So I did not pre-plan this, or I don't have a specific outcome in mind. I'm just offering you ways you can create a wreath. So from here it just builds. And I think I tend to like, I'm going to use flux, maybe a few of them around each, kind of in those crevices where the orbs come together. And I think I'm going to do that on these two. And wait on the other two. We'll see how it evolves. And the other thing I want to do is draw some printemps. And so I'm going to start on this one and just leave a little bit of space, draw a dot. And printemps is a spiral. I don't think we've done that yet on this Bijou series. So I'm just going to have it sort of stop against those orbs. And I also want to show you a way you can embellish printemps, adding a little bit of drama. We're going to add, make sure I'm still on camera. We're going to add a little bit of weight. So what that means is I'm just going to take the arc and make it a little bit thicker, just on that one side. So part of this is Zentangle inspired art. Part of this is to teach you a few more concepts. So you can play with how dramatic you want that to be for the weight. The other thing you can do with printemps, I'm going to do another one, have it nestled in here so they'll touch, is you can add what they call sparkle. So you leave a little gap, come around. Next time you get to that same spot, leave a little gap, which is going to be hard to see because we're in the edges of that. I'll do it again. We'll do one more printemps, smaller in here, and I will add some sparkle. I'll show you. Leave a gap. Leave a gap. Maybe one more. Leave a gap. So that is how you can do that. I kind of like how that comes together. So I'm going to do the same thing over here. And you can decide if you want no sparkle, some sparkle. I'm actually going to close this gap here and have it, this one be no sparkle, this one be drama, and this one be sparkle. So I'm going to come over here and do that same thing. Build my printemps. This one will have be the drama. Where do I want to add the drama? Maybe here. I'm going to do one more. Okay, so this orb came here. I'm going to do one more because I want to close this. Close that over there. And then I actually think I'm going to tuck a little one right in here because this is an interesting space. And I'm going to leave the sparkle alone because this is going to be really small. So I'm not going to do sparkle on this side, but I am going to have that tuck in like that. So you can see the wreath is building. I really like the way that print temp worked, but I think I'm going to do something different in these two spaces. It's just a matter of what. And I feel like this is a really circular, like I'm using a lot of circles. So I think I'm going to do some jetties. I know I do jetties a lot in the holidays. Um, and I think I'm just going to start over here in this spot. So jetties is an orb, and then you make an arc. I am going to color it in. You could put like a design in there, like a zigzag or some flux, but I'm feeling like I want to color it in, make my aura. That kind of got blended on that side, but it also looks like it's wider on that side, so I'm okay with that. And then I'm going to flip my tile and do the same thing on the other side. Draw a jetties over there. Just, I'm trying to create a little bit of balance as I structure and design this wreath. And then I'm feeling like I want to do something with like a bean shape over here. So I'm going to connect. We'll see how this works. I'm going to do like a bigger bean-like shape. And then I'm going to put an orb and then tuck in a few other orbs in the back or like smushed in, so to speak. And I'm going to color in these little, I believe they call them interstices. Don't quote me on that. I might have it pronounced wrong. That's a word that I stumble on a lot. The little spaces that are left behind after you do your orbs. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. I feel like that kind of worked. I want my point to happen starting here though, so I'm going to make that easy for me. Like so, fill in those little spaces. And then I feel like I want to extend this flux. I'm going to have it follow this, kind of going every which way. I can't decide which way I want to draw it. I'm going to have one come this way and put a little orb in here, like that. And then here, same thing, I'm going to have this flux follow along. And then have one come up that and put an orb in there. So I'm feeling like we need a little bit of flux in here. Maybe another one connecting over here. And then same thing over here, maybe. I'm just sort of filling in the spaces with some flux. I think I want to go this way. And so you can see, I'm trying to decide if that, oops, sorry, I'm up too high. I'm trying to decide if that wreath is done or if I want to add anything to it. And I think where I might land is I'm going to put a little something in here, but then I'm just going to kind of leave it be. And I want to show you a picture of a wreath class that I did um, in the past, if I can find it, just so that you can get inspiration. I like to look at other images and kind of get my own feel for it, but this is another one that I did. It's going to be a little bit hard to see. You can see a little bit better like that. That I did with a Hope Kids class. I volunteer for Hope Kids every month. And so I had a request to, oh, there we go, that's better, to do a wreath class again. And I thought I had this one recorded, but I don't. So I thought I would do something different for our You Bijou and play with that. On that one, I added a little bit of color. On this one, I don't plan to, but I'm just going to kind of tuck things in until it feels complete. I feel like I could add a few more orbs kind of around. in places just to balance things out a bit. I feel like I want one more flex right here. And you really just get to play. And you could add color, you could add, just keep on adding until it feels complete for you. Sometimes for me, I go too far when I do that, but I actually kind of like this. It's very, there's a lot of orbs, but then that flex adds a little bit of leafiness to it. So I'm going to put my chop. I'm actually, because there's this interesting space over here, I'm going to put my chop up here, which is maybe a little strange, but it feels like a place where it fits and it fills in that gap a little bit. And then I want to initial date, and then I want to write the tangles on the back for you. So we have really it's Printemps and Flux and Jetties. So Printemps, Flux, and Jetties. I'll put that down here. J Etties. That's it for today. This is a you Bijou. Enjoy, sign, and appreciate. Bye.